for sharing that insight. Please stay with us as we come back to you for our next discussion as well. Now we stay in the region. The U.S. aims to capitalize on a moment in Lebanon to cut Iranian funding to Hezbollah and push for its disarmament. Despite Western sanctions, Iran has sent around $1 billion to Hezbollah this year. John Hurley, the U.S. Treasury Department's top sanctions official, has emphasized that by removing Iranian influence, Lebanon could reclaim its sovereignty. He has highlighted the ongoing U.S. maximum pressure campaign on Tehran, which includes targeting financial networks supporting Hezbollah. While Israel has weakened Hezbollah militarily, the group remains defiant in rejecting disarmament, complicating Lebanon's efforts to disband non-state armed groups. Now for this discussion, we welcome back Professor Ephraim Inbar. He's a senior researcher at the Jerusalem Institute for Strategy and Security, joins us live from Jerusalem. Thank you very much, Professor, for staying with us. Now, how do you analyze this situation with Lebanon and Hezbollah? Do you think Lebanon will be capable of doing or dismantling Hezbollah finally? And how does Iran's continued financial support to Hezbollah affect Lebanon's political sovereignty and stability?
The fact of life is that Hezbollah military is stronger than the National Army of Lebanon, despite American efforts in recent years to strengthen the Lebanese army. And the Lebanese society is very reluctant to try to force the issue. It has been in a civil war for many years, and it is not eager to go back to a civil war, particularly since Hezbollah says openly that they are going to resist by force any attempt to disarm them. And we see basically a stalemate in the Lebanese situation. The Americans are trying to pressure the Lebanese government to do what they promised to do, but I think the Lebanese government is weak. And of course, Iran uses this situation in order to strengthen further Hezbollah. Hezbollah was the main organization that ran the country before the war with Israel. And it was also the most important prize for Iran because via Hezbollah, Iran controlled Lebanon. And I think that American warnings against Iran will not be answered, and they will continue to support to the best of their ability. Of course, they lost the land corridor. Syria is no longer a client state of Iran, and it's a client state of Turkey now. And Turkey is not interested so far to help Hezbollah overcome the national government in Lebanon.
Right. And what do you think, what are the potential limitations of the US's maximum pressure and also pressure from, like you said, Syria and other countries on Iran to influence on Hezbollah and Lebanon?
The maximum pressure policy has its limits. And Iran is, after all, a strong country with deep pockets because of its oil resources. And as a result, it's less more able to withstand economic pressures from the United States, and it's able to circumvent many of the sanctions. And we've seen for years Iran being under sanctions with no real impact on its policies. So the Iranian regime will continue to do what it has been doing for years, particularly now when it wants to prove that it recovers from the devastating strikes of Israel and the United States on its nuclear infrastructure.
Right. With that, I would like to thank Professor Ephraim Inbar for joining us today and sharing this insight on these topics. Thank you very much.